Greetings everyone, Eric here, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we are going to be drawing Alucard from Hellsing. Okay, to get some of the formalities out of the way, I try to keep these videos under 25 minutes, so there will be segments where I will be drawing live and talking, and then there are going to be speedy sections where I brush through things. Second, I'm going to be drawing anything I draw in my style, but I will take into consideration, obviously, the style of the original author or artist. Other than that, let's get going here. I'm going to basically be showing you how to draw Alucard from Hellsing. Alright, as you can see here, we have a nice blank canvas. The drawing I'm going to be using, the reference I'm using, is this. The pose that he used in, that the artist originally did in the first volume of it. I always like this pose, and I feel that it's a good starter pose, kind of gets you into how to draw. Yeah. So first things first, we need to kind of get the roughs down. So we're just going to quickly sketch him in. I always like to start with kind of a circular pattern, circular sphere thingy for the dome. Kind of the top part of the head. Because he's side view, we can just kind of do a little bit of this action, that's basically his jaw area. And again, since it's mostly profile, I know it's not 100% profile, but it is mostly profile, this area here is going to denote kind of where his eyes are. But in the original drawing, he's got like his glasses and all, like this area. You can still technically see his other glasses as well. So interesting. Anyway, let's get the rest of his down. In this drawing, I can't actually see where his other shoulder is really, because it is cut off by like the panel border here. So there'd be like a line here for where the edge of the paper is. So I have to kind of make some weird guesstimations on what his shoulder area is, what it looks like. I'm gonna do my best to try and figure it out based on what I can see, which is that you can see he has like a collar area thing here that kind of leads into his tie. I am noticing in the drawing that he seems to be kind of leaning his body back a little bit. That's why I've kind of gotten this really sharp back here. Again, I can't see where his shoulder is. I know his hand, because his gun ends up being like well in the foreground. So it ends up being flipping huge. Kind of draw, well, actually, that he's got it pointed at an angle, so yay, I gotta draw this in perspective. I hate drawing anything in perspective because it is such a pain in the bum. Really, really a pain in the butt when you have to draw something and your reference is like mostly cut off at the worst places. Yeah, and I'm also having to infer a lot of things just because I literally cannot see certain things in the drawing that they have for the book. I'm having to kind of guess at a lot of things. This is to kind of help keep me a little more focused in this drawing because I feel like I'm paying way too much attention to things that don't matter. Doing a little bit more work here on the gun. I am absolutely trash at drawing any type of mechanical-esque thing. Also adjusting the perspective on this because I realized it is crap and it was wrong. One thing I would definitely recommend you all do, if you're going to be drawing guns and stuff, please look at reference. I am barely looking at reference, considering I am only looking at their drawing from this book. So, please, be smarter than me. Use, like, a 3D model. I wish I had used a 3D model for this, but I didn't, and I've committed to this. And so, I must suffer for my stupidity. I am not going to draw the hand yet, because that is a mess right now, and I have no idea whether I'm going to be able to get that right. So I'm just going to kind of infer that a hand should be there, and then a finger should be somewhere in this area. And then that's it. Let's just get back up here into the face and kind of do a little bit more work. Now, he is wearing these glasses, obviously. The drawing, actual. So I'm not going to spend too much time and effort on actually trying to get an accurate face. But I do want to get at least enough that I know what I'm doing here. With the mouth, I'm gonna like sometimes I would actually like kind of like draw from here and do it that way to make it look accurate. But I do like sometimes the kind of a cheating way of doing it where you kind of just have it off from the mouth, which is interesting. And let's give him his nice little cheeky smile that he loves to have all the time because he is a cheeky dick waffle. Anyone who gets that reference, you are awesome. Now in the drawing on the book, they have him like chewing on a cross. I'm not gonna bother with that detail because I don't feel like drawing a cross. Gonna get his nice little sharp looking eye in here. I do like using the more triangular shape for the eye because he is a vampire. Gonna give him just a nice little slit. Okay, and then the other part, because obviously you have the connector here, gonna go, well, in my version it's gonna go way too bloody high because I drew his ear too flippin' high, because I'm an idiot, but that's thankfully adjustable, just since we can just ignore that exists. So don't ask me where I learned how to do like inner part of the ear. I don't freaking know. I just kind of made that up as after so many years of just looking at ears going, all right, there's a nubby thingy here, there's a curvy end part and a curvy end part and a curvy end part. Screw it, that's how I'm drawing ears from now on. But that kind of gives us our face, so hey, at least I have Alucard's face in this. Now I just gotta work on everything else. might have put that hat just a little too far back. I do want to adjust that, even though it's not going to be easy. Whatever is easy when it comes to drawings. Also, if you want to be able to make selections in pieces because you don't trust your hand to steadily do the whole thing, go to your lasso tool and just set it to there. Select additionally, so it'll always add to the selection. You can also switch to subtract, but you can also hold Alt if you subtract from it. But this is something I do a lot just because I don't always trust my hand to be the most steady. Also, make sure you save things before you lose them, because, believe me, we'll have crashes sometimes, especially when you're doing like what I'm doing, which is, you know, recording. Coming back to the gun for just a moment, just because I wanted to make sure I got... I'm having to like sit here and think like, alright, what would it look like in this angle? Doesn't look like it's in line! And now I'm like, crap. Should I just not have it? And yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it. I did not like the way that... I'm just gonna do kind of like what they do, which is just have a little nub sticking out here. Little nubbin sticking out here in the back. Now his hair is interesting because he's got frippin' crazy hair. So I'm gonna have to convert his frickin' crazy flippin' hair into my style, which is gonna be interesting. So yeah, let's see if I can figure this crap out. Also, his hair's black, so I'll be able to cover a lot of the way this hair looks just by the fact that he's just gonna have a lot of black. Okay, I think I've put it off, God, I put it off long enough. I need to deal with this arm situation because it's like so weird. I don't understand what it's doing. Let's just kind of put a color here. Let's see if I can figure out a hand, so... That one flippin' finger is like so big compared to the other ones. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, hey, that finger does have to be able to fit in that. Okay, I've got something that kinda resembles a hand, I guess. I don't freaking know. He's also got like a flippin' glove on or some crap. Because he's Alucard and he can't help himself but be extra. I mean, I guess technically that works. Also, I feel like I didn't exaggerate this whole area enough because I feel like in their drawing, it is like gun and hand huge. I feel like I should almost be emulating that, but I just don't feel like doing it. You could be watching a much better artist drawing something, but you're here, so you've made your choice. Oh, that's right. Also, his whatchamacallit, his jacket also has kind of a shoulder cape thing going on here. Yay! So now I have to take that into consideration. I don't like that at all. that does not make it good. That's way too far back. We're gonna, well, no. Let's see if we can salvage this. Retransform tool is very, very powerful. Okay, I think that's about as much as I can honestly do until I try to ink this. So that's what we're gonna try. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's see what happens when I turn this blue. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, screw it. We're just gonna jump right into inking. All right, so for inks, I have a layer here. I have it set to monochrome, so it's only black and white. And that's just a personal preference. And then I have my pen here. Ooh, let's make that back. I have a couple different ones. I have a felt tip one that I haven't used in time. And yeah, we're just gonna start inking, and I'm just gonna breeze through this because the inking stage isn't like super complicated. Just take your time. But I might talk here and there, so stay tuned. When inking long parts and you want to kind of try to do it like what I was doing in a long part, don't be afraid to just throw a line and stop, like kind of like stop here and then erase a part if you didn't like how it ended or how it started or something like that. That's kind of how I go about doing a lot of those lines, just kind of part and piece things together. But, you know, give it a try, see if you like it. Also, while you're watching this, you might notice me just like jumping around a lot to different parts. I'm ADD as fuck, so yeah, I will jump around a lot when I'm drawing something, but it keeps me from getting bored of one area. Don't feel like you have to draw like a certain part of the body first. Just kind of go with whatever. If you're feeling like drawing the bloody nose first, well, it's bloody nose first. Doesn't matter. Also, don't be afraid to leave like little gaps in your drawing. A lot of artists these days leave little gaps. It kind of creates a little bit of a feel to the drawing. It gives it some extra life. Another trick you'll see me doing a lot is overextending the lines. That's basically allows me to kind of overextend, make sure I got it lined up with the flick, and it also makes sure that I got the ends connected, but then I can easily just go in and clean up the line later. The advantage of digital, although you technically could do that traditionally as well if you have whiteout. Just like here, you can see I drew through the drawing just because I wanted to make sure this over here lined up the way I wanted it to. I just want you all to know that I'm avoiding the hand at the moment because I know I'm not gonna have fun doing it. But I'm at that point where I'm like, oh, I gotta freaking do it. Here goes nothing. Okay, his glove has something written on the back of it, and I don't feel like drawing it right now, so screw that. The astute among you have probably noticed that I have been avoiding the gun by a lot. And, that's because I'm not looking forward to drawing it. Not one bit. Alright, I guess I put it off as long as I can. Time to tackle this thing. Gun has a bunch of these like little details that I'm like trying to incorporate. But again, like some of these things look weirdly just kind of thrown together by the artist, so I don't want to spend too much time on them. Also, I know that there's things here. So I'll actually create a ruler real quick. If you ever need a ruler, there's rulers right here, which are very helpful.
So you dance in light and heavy smoke. Have you fixed that trick?
Oh, do not tell me I just drew all that. Yep, I drew it all on the wrong bloody layer. Yay! Make sure you're on the right layer. Very freaking important.
Do you wanna feel the rush when somebody's listening? Heaven is getting closer.
Let's get rid of some of these layers just so I can actually assess what we have here. Have here isn't too god-awful. I mean, that gun will at least pass. Anyway, time to clean up all this mess. now we are left with basically this as our current point of interest. Now what I can do is I can go in and just add little bits of detail here and there, like things in here to make this more obvious that it's cloth of some kind. Stuff like that. Stuff that basically gives you kind of a sense of what something is. Also keeping in mind that I am gonna heavily shade this, because in the original drawing there's a lot of heavy shadows and thick blacks, and I actually really do want to emulate that a little bit, because that is something very much into. So I'm definitely gonna give that a try. Now what I'm gonna do is, even though I have a layer here called shadows, I'm actually gonna make another layer here called, if I can get to my keyboard, dark shadows. Not to be confused with the show. And basically all this is going to do is this is going to be thicker areas of, so these are gonna be areas that are gonna be completely encompassed in shadow. So that's what I'm gonna do first, is just figure out where I want stuff to be. Also, I just realized that I never actually finished that. I should actually finish that before I start moving on to other things. I'm a professional artist. Alright, so when you're doing heavier shadows and stuff, basically all you need to think about is, alright, where's my light source? In this case, it's coming, I always have it coming from the top left. So all shading is going to be done, all the heavier black shadows are going to be here on the right side of. Like I said, I'm just going to go real ham with a lot of these shadows. Basically, that's all in black. Kind of deal. That kind of like intensity. The X is basically a way of saying, hey, fill this in. I'm only dealing with the things that are dark in nature, so like his jacket is leather. A highlight there. I'm basically also looking at my reference saying, all right, how did they go about it? And I'm just kind of figuring it out based on that as well, because I'm like, oh, okay, so they're clearly denoting areas in a certain way, and I feel like they're doing that for. But yeah, when you're filling in large areas of black, make sure you're referring to all layers. So even though this is the layer I'm doing it on with has some of my lights, I want to be able to take the ink layer into consideration so that it does that. I was not intending on it. Screw it. Okay, this whole bottom corner is just in black. Actually, no. I want a little bit of light back here. Okay, so now his hair. Yeah, I'm gonna do his hair real quick because I know his hair is gonna be 90%. In fact, I could just go 100% black. Not sure. I do like having a little bit of highlight. Alright, that's all the, like, heavy shadows put into things that are going to be, like, straight up much. Now, as you saw there, I adjusted the eye over, and I also filled this whole area in with black, because I saw that the cover did it, and I was just like, oh, that's so cool, I like it. So, yeah, totally took that from the cover. Which don't be afraid to do stuff like that. If something looks cool, just freaking go with it. Yeah, now it's time for coloring. And for colors, I'm kind of just going to go with some basic. Skin tone, he is pale boy. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly go over the coloring. It's basically just his basic color. Okay, so I think I'm pretty pleased with these colors. Now, they might seem like really off and a little garish at first. And a lot of reds. Even here, well, I might lighten this a little bit, but I wanted to go full reds because I saw the reference photo and it had so much like red coloring, and I'm just like, oh, that looks so cool. It's like a blood moon. It's just, like glowing on him. So I definitely wanted to go very heavy with the reds. The reason why I'm not too perturbed about these colors is because once you add the dark back in, all of a sudden those colors start to work a lot more. And obviously I'm still not done with shadows. I'm still going to add a lot more shading. I just wanted to come in and let you know why I chose some colors. I probably going to change a few. Let's just continue on with the shading and then we'll be back. Have I been fucking recording? 2 hours to draw this fucking thing. God damn. Now you can see it looks with all the shading. Shading. I can speak English. So the shading really adds a lot to this and kind of pulls it all together. Basically for shading, all I do is I take like a, normally I go more on the like purple blue side. I went a little bit more reddish with it just because, again, sticking with the theme. So I take kind of this like very pale, either purplish color or reddish color, depending on the lighting. Obviously we'll change things. And then I basically make a shadow layer, set it to multiply, and then I fill in. And so it doesn't just create things that are darker, it also adds a little light to them. So that's why I like doing it that way. This is pretty much mostly done as it is. The only thing I might do is throw in a couple, I guess maybe some highlights here and there, maybe change the color of the background to make it match, maybe make it like a or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Yeah. So yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna write Hellsing on this as well. But I'll make sure to put the final image here at the end when I'm done. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you would like me to draw something, that just put it in the comments section. Make sure you check the description for links to Patreon and my t-shirts and all that other blah blah blah. Subscribe if you haven't, give the video a like, and I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Later, everybody!